Hey, what's up, man? Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of My Take. And so the Bucks end up losing. Damian Lillard tried to give it a shot. As you can see, he was playing hurt. He was injured. They couldn't overcome the Indiana Pacers. But for those who want to question his heart, basically question everything that went on with this young man throughout the whole duration of the season. Man, y'all ain't got nothing to say, man. To me, at least. I'm telling you now, there will be no Damian Lillard slander being told to me. I'm telling you, because first of all, you can't deny the fact that this young man has carried the whole Portland team for years, went to the playoffs, went to the conference final, did as much as he can on his own. So since he went to a Milwaukee Bucks, all of a sudden, he's supposed to, I guess, average 60 points. And people have been saying a whole bunch of stuff, not to me, but I just been seeing it. But you can't slander this man, especially to me. I'm letting y'all know that now. I'm shutting it down. Like, first of all, this man averaged 20 plus. He came into a new system. He got injured. He gave it his all. Basically, coming from a totally different organization, really not knowing where he was gonna go. And he gave it his all. So many people want to talk about how he don't play defense. Other people want to say, oh, he's afraid of the moment. Man, that dude didn't hit more big shots than a little bit. Name one person that you know that hit more bigger shots than Damian Lillard. But y'all don't want to praise the good that he do, but I guess he declined just slightly, in my opinion. But now all of a sudden people want to, try to talk down on him. But I told y'all, it ain't gonna happen with this channel. There would be no Damian Lillard slander. First of all, with the Bucks, they didn't even have Giannis Antetokounmpo. So if you're not playing with your other best player, and then you're playing against a stacked team like Indiana, the highest scoring team in the NBA, what do y'all want somebody to do? I know this person, like, his mobility isn't there. He's trying to play as much as he can and giving his all, but for a lot of people, that can't seem to be enough. Like, I understand that a lot of times we believe that these so-called celebrities are not human, but this young man have given his all. Name another person that would have played with a sore Achilles. Did you know that uh Kobe Bryant basically career ended when he tore his? Like, that's not an injury that most people come back from. So to even want him to play on that is criminal within itself. But if you look at Damian Lillard's stats, this man have done and exceeded all expectations, and he has carried the team for about 10 years. Now he went to the Bucks where he want to kind of relax just a little bit. Now they giving him flack for it. Now all of a sudden he don't know how to play basketball. Now all of a sudden um he's declined. Like, have y'all ever took into consideration that he's trying to do what's best for the team? See, I know a lot of people that watch basketball they don't really want to know the analytics behind things. They just want to say things. But that man has basically done everything that he could to, make it, I guess, suitable for everybody else to play, and not make it as if it's just about him, because he could have took a lot of shots. But I think, honestly, this year I've seen progress with Damian Lillard, and the progress that I've seen is that he was more patient. He took less shots. which to a lot of people was a problem. But if you going to trust in your teammate, you're going to have to minimize the amount of shots that you take. And I know people wanted him to, jack up shots and just shoot it and as they call it, be aggressive. But when you're a person that is a team player first, this is how it looks when you go to another team. It may not look as pretty as people want it to be, but wait till next season. How is he going to play next season? See, y'all give everybody else a chance. Oh, the first year ain't gonna do this, ain't gonna be as good, but the next year they should be good. Now, when he have a level of camaraderie with these players, you don't think he's going to exceed his play? That man is going to basically do some amazing things next year. And I know the expectation was for them to win a championship, but how can you do that when your second best player is on the bench? Now I know a lot of people might say that I'm tripping by saying Giannis is the second best player, but I mean even Giannis tried to give Dame the keys, right? It's just that a great point guard, just like Chris Paul, when he went to different teams, he always declined far as production in the scoring bracket to appease everybody else that's on the team, and he made them better for it. So a lot of people, they don't really know the game of basketball. When it comes to basketball, the first thing you got to do it in your teammates is instill confidence. Once you can understand how they play, where they like to be at, how often do they like to shoot certain shots, the best, the I guess the best spot to catch the ball, who like to cut, what's the schemes, like all these things, man, y'all got to learn that. So if you're not learning that in the process, then basically, it's gonna look like a shit show. But far as Dame, man, Dame is still one of the best, I guess, top 3 point guards in the league. Brunson coming up, but Dame is definitely one of the top point guards. It's just that his style of play is still good. Y'all just measuring him off of what he did in Portland. I don't think that's fair to a player when you're coming from a whole different organization to another one and then just expect him to do the same exact thing. Somebody else who didn't do that? LeBron James. When he went to Miami, his level of production wasn't what it was in Cleveland. He had to get acclimated with that team. Remember when when he went to Miami, the first thing that they thought was going to happen was him winning a championship that year. But they end up losing to Dallas, right? Because they didn't have that camaraderie. Once they got familiar and acclimated with each other, what happened? They end up winning the championship. So when you're playing with somebody long enough, right? Then things start to click the way that they should click. Um, Also, if y'all new here, please hit the subscribe button if y'all like the content. But basically, man, I think next year y'all gonna see the Damian Lillard that everybody expected to see. It's just this year he was dealing with a bunch of new players that he had to, fill out, and it wasn't okay. Let me say this: have any of y'all ever considered that Damian Lillard may not have the green light that he once had in Portland? And sometimes you got to draw back to make sure that you're not hurting and you're doing what the coaches want. And have anybody considered that playing with a Doc Rivers is the worst thing that could have happened with him? Doc Rivers, to me, I've always said it. Like, I've never really truly liked his coaching when he played in Cleveland. I mean, not Cleveland. When he was in Boston, they won a championship, but they should have won like 3 or 4. With the big three, you had Kevin Garnett, you had Paul Pierce, you had Ray Allen, Rondo, right? With a nice supporting cast. They should have won at least 3 championships, but they only won 1. And I think the talent of that Boston team is what got them there. But when you look at when you look at when he played with coach for what is it, Clippers. I keep about to say Cleveland. When he coached for the Clippers, what did they do? Did they go to the championship? No, they kept losing to the Warriors. They kept losing to the Warriors. This man is a good coach far as for the season, but when it's time for the playoffs, it seemed like the X's and O's somehow disappear and everybody is out there just running around like a chicken with their head cut off. This man is basically still a goods. I'm telling y'all, tonight when he played, he barely can move, but y'all see that he shot okay. I mean, threw a couple turnovers, but like I say, his mobility wasn't there. So for y'all, man, who think that y'all, for one, like I say, coming to this channel and think that y'all gonna slander Dame, that ain't gonna happen. That's number one. Number two, I think next year, come back here and we're gonna see if we having a totally different conversation, because when it comes to injuries, it's inevitable. The Warriors didn't win the championship because they had injuries, right? A lot of people didn't win championship because of injuries. And in this season, where postseason, where he actually showed up, scoring 35, scoring this, scoring that, right, on multiple occasions. It's just that without Giannis to play against a team like the Indiana Pacers, it just wasn't gonna be your night. It just wasn't gonna happen for you to beat them. Y'all, they needed every piece to the puzzle in order to beat a good team like Indiana Pacers. Now they going on to the next phase to play versus the New York Knicks, but y'all gonna see they are a team that's here to stay. But far as Dame, man, Dame is gonna be okay. For those who worried, y'all shouldn't worry. Y'all shouldn't. Like, one thing that y'all understand about Dame, he ain't cheated the process. He been injured before, came back better than ever once he was ready. But to give your all and still have people basically say that you're not good on defense, or he don't play defense, or he's not focused on defense, and the only thing he worried about is the offensive side. No, that's not true. Y'all got to realize, man, they made this game a non-defensive game. So when you got a player that you're playing against that can shoot the ball, it ain't much you can do. Now, if they made it a physical game, kind of like the game with 76ers versus the New York Knicks, if they allowed to play that style of play, just a little physicality, you don't think Dame would be locked down? Like, most people say that they don't know him for his defense, but you can't play defense. You really can't play effective defense. The defense that they call defense is basically stand in front of your man. But if you touch him, then basically there's a foul that's going to be called. It's a soft error. So you want this man to basically be able to play good old defense in an era that's super soft, where you're basically going to get fouled out, and that's just not gonna happen, man. But yeah, man, I definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. If you like the content, you definitely subscribe to the to the page. But that's all I got for now, man. There's no Dame slander, on this page whatsoever. So if y'all disagree with anything that I said, man, leave a comment down below in the comment section, man. We could talk about it. But that's all I got for now. I'm out.